A new Hemi engine in development right now, and not what you think, because it totally threw me for a loop too. But it's happening, and I think it's going to change a lot of things. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. A quick word from this video's sponsor today, Delete Me. Have you noticed how scams don't feel random anymore? Like they already know just enough about you to seem like they could possibly be legit. It's not by accident. There's a whole industry of data brokers collecting and selling your personal information. Things like your name, your phone number, address history, even connections to family members. It's kind of crazy. And a big chunk of that lives on people search sites that pretty much anyone can access. So when you get a call or a message that feels it's like a little too specific, like somebody might actually know you, there's a good chance that it came from one of these, I don't want to call them databases, but these databases. That's why I started using Delete Me. They go in where your info is actually listed, and they work to remove it from hundreds of those websites. You can see how many listings on mine here were actually there before they were removed. And because new data constantly keeps popping up, they keep checking it and removing it for you over time. Also worth mentioning, Delete Me has been doing this for like 15 years, and everything's handled. It's all done in-house, simple to do, and it's less stress for you to have to contact all of these individual websites. If you want to start cleaning up your digital footprint now, you can go over to joindeleteme.com/TK Garage and use the code TK Garage for 20% off. Now, let's get back to the video. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and something I didn't expect, man. I really didn't. A new Hemi engine in development. You'd think, nah, they're just going to keep riding this 5.7, this 6.4, and this 6.2 out, for the next, 10, 20 years. And they probably could do that. But what I'm being told right now is a smaller displacement engine than the 5.7, dual overhead cam. That's interesting. Not something that I would expect to hear from Stellantis or Dodge or Ram. Now, what is this engine possibly going to go into? Well, it literally depends on how much power it's going to put out, first of all. But most likely, as I hinted in the Dakota video, it's probably going to go in the Dakota, and it's probably going to go in Jeeps. Now, I saw the Jeep thing, and I responded with a video at that right away where they said, oh, there's not going to be V8s in Jeeps. That is a lie. There's not going to be V8s in current Jeep. What I mean by that is the current iteration of the Grand Cherokee, it's going to change, just like you've seen the Cherokee. Like I said, there's new stuff going in at the facilities where they build these Jeeps that show the roof is going to be longer, and some other changes that are coming to the Grand Cherokee and the Cherokee for model year 2028. So what that means is the Cherokee as you know it right now, yeah, okay, they're not going to put a V8 in it. I wish the media was smart enough when they get an opportunity to talk to Antonio Filosa or Tim Kaniskis to follow up on that. Like, hey, aren't you about to refresh these Jeeps? Well, why is it okay, are you going to put a V8 in the refresh? Like, it's not a hard question. It's not a hard follow-up to hit them with. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, and this is why I laugh, you know, I was hanging out with some journalists at the RAM event too, where they're like, well, you're clearly not a journalist. No, I'm not. But me not being a journalist, I get way more info and I'm way more accurate than the people that went to school for journalism. Damn. I wonder if that might be the new thing. Just have a bunch of retired intelligence guys all going to work to start news sites and journalism. Oof. But getting back in, I don't know what displacement size of this engine yet. This is extremely early information that they're building, that they're putting together a smaller displacement, smaller than a 5.7 is what I'm being told, dual overhead cam Hemi engine. Take that information for what you will. I think it's good news. I think it's interesting news. And I think it's going to, like I said, it's probably going to live in a SRT version of the Scrambler slash Rampage. I think it's going to live in the Dakota. I think it's going to live in a maybe even in the GLH. Who knows? But I think it's interesting that Stellantis is doing that. That tells me if they are doing that on this Hemi, I wonder if they're going to do the bigger displacement Hemis as well. You know, dual overhead cam and all that shit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. The second I hear anything else, I will let you guys know. I am going to do some follow-up stuff this week with Jeep because I know you guys were asking about that. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Charger SRT that was put on display, as we have a little bit more accurate render. And this is the other thing that drives me nuts is I'll drop something on Instagram and it automatically goes to Facebook, right? So it goes on the Facebook page. The amount of fucking retards, and I'm sorry, I have to say it, the amount of fucking retards that have to come in and be like, is this real? Are you fucking serious? Like, they have to come in and be like, is this real? Is this real? Jesus Christ, man. Our society is so fucked. Our people are so stupid. Anyways, I think it makes me laugh. I laughed a little bit, but now I'm just like, can't you tell that this is a render or that this is not an actual photo? Can't you see, especially if it's something I've created with Gemini or with AI, there's a literal AI friggin' icon in the corner of the photo? Like, oh my God. The level of intelligence, man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on a tangent here, but just Jesus Christ, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.